Hi friends, welcome back to Literature Guide. Today's video is about the Chronicles of Barsetshire or the Barsetshire novels by Anthony Trollope. The novels present provincial life and it deals with the social behavior and structure rather than the manners. The Barsetshire series comprises 6 novels. They are The Warden, Barchester Towers, Dr. Thorne, Framley Parsonage, The Small House at Allington, and the last novel, The Last Chronicle of Barsetshire. Anthony Trollope has portrayed all the characters in this particular series of novels artistically, and some of the characters, they are very important from the examination point of view. I have produced this particular video for the students who are pursuing UGC's NET and SET exams, because some questions they are asked on the characters and it becomes very difficult for the students to identify the characters and the works correctly. That is why I have produced this particular video for the students who are taking competitive exams and the university exams also. This particular video contains information about the characteristics of Anthony Trollope's writing, his style and his works. I have produced many videos on the English novel, and as I have already told you that it is only because of your support and help this channel could produce videos for you. I expect the same support from you, because without your support this channel is nothing. That's why I would like to thank my subscribers as well as non-subscribers and expect the same support and help from them. Your views and suggestions, they are precious to this channel. If you really like the videos of this channel, do like and subscribe. I don't want to waste your time. Let's dive into the video and enjoy the video.
Barsetshire novels. Anthony Trollope has been considered as one of the prominent novelists of the Victorian age. His Barsetshire novels are fine examples of a regional novel and roman-fleuve or a river novel. He set his Barsetshire sequence of 6 novels in the imaginary West Country county of Barset, especially in Barchester. Anthony Trollope's Barsetshire novels were published between 1855 and 1867. The Barsetshire series comprises 6 novels. The Chronicles of Barsetshire present the clerical and provincial life of the mid-Victorian age. Anthony Trollope is a skilled painter of middle-class life, and his style of writing is lucid, direct, and attractive. There is a fine blending of humour and pathos in the Barsetshire novels. Anthony Trollope's Barsetshire novels are a study of life in a cathedral town. It is portrait gallery of bishops and clergymen with their families and dependents. It makes the readers recall Henri de Balzac's famous series of 89 interlinked stories and novels, La Comédie Humaine or the Human Comedy. Anthony Trollope's Barsetshire novels are more a study of social behaviour than social manners. His novel The Warden is the first of Barsetshire sequence of novels. The Warden was published in 1855. It deals with the story of Septimus Harding, a warden of the Hiram Hospital, and John Bold, a local surgeon. The Warden of Anthony Trollope describes the impact of a local scandal developed into a national issue. It also presents a gentle and an upright man, Septimus Harding, who becomes victim of circumstances beyond his control. Anthony Trollope's novel The Warden revolves round the affairs of the Hiram Hospital, a charitable institution. John Bold has been portrayed as a local surgeon who wants to bring reform. During Septimus Harding's service, the Hiram Hospital has gained a good profit, but the 12 bedesmen have not been benefited. It is important to note that it is only because of Septimus Harding's hard work and good administration the institution could get profit. But John Bold accuses him of not paying attention to his job. He makes this fact known to the national press. As a result, Septimus Harding has to face bitter criticism and publicity in the press. Septimus Harding's son-in-law, Grantley, advises him to dispute this matter along party lines. Owing to the accusations and allegations, Septimus Harding resigns his job. The novel ends on a happy note as John Bold withdraws his allegation and marries Septimus Harding's daughter, Eleanor. After the resignation of Septimus Harding, the Hiram Hospital loses its former glory and sound income. Anthony Trollope's second novel, Barchester Towers of Barsetshire series, appeared in 1857. The readers can see Anthony Trollope as a keen observer of provincial and clerical politics. There is a fine blending of humour and pathos in the novel. Anthony Trollope has presented the clash of personalities in Barchester Towers. He has described the dirty politics, and petty actions and intrigues in the novel. In Barchester Towers, Grantley, son-in-law of Septimus Harding, wants to acquire a position of a Bishop of Barchester. But all his plans fail when Dr. Proudie is appointed as a bishop by a Whig party. The character of Mrs. Proudie arouses interest in the novel. Mrs. Proudie selects Mr. Quiverful as a future warden of Hiram Hospital. The chaplain, Mr. Slope, and Grantley go against this appointment of Mr. Quiverful as a warden of Hiram Hospital. Mr. Slope strives to attain the post of a dean of Hiram Hospital. He advertises his own merits and achievements in the national newspaper in order to acquire the position of a dean. Mr. Slope enters into argumentation with Mrs. Proudie. His plans to marry Eleanor Bold, the widowed daughter of Septimus Harding, fail due to flirtation with the beautiful but poor girl, Signora Vesey Neroni. The scandal spoils his career. Dr. Arabin acquires a position of a dean and he marries Eleanor Bold in the end. Thus Anthony Trollope's Barchester Towers depicts the struggle for control of the diocese. The character of Mrs. Proudie is one of the major characters of the novel. The third novel, Dr. Thorne of Barsetshire series of novels, was published in 1858. The novel Dr. Thorne deals more with the theme of secular matchmaking and disillusionment in love rather than with clerical politics. It is important to note that the plot of the novel was suggested to Anthony Trollope by his brother Thomas Trollope. It depicts the provincial life and traditions of the time. The novel presents an incident of seduction of Roger Scatcherd's sister by Dr. Thorne's brother. In a duel, Dr. Thorne's brother is killed by Roger Scatcherd. Roger Scatcherd gets several years of imprisonment for the offence. But Roger Scatcherd's sister conceives a child. Dr. Thorne adopts the child, Mary. Roger Scatcherd tries to keep this thing in secret. He introduces Mary only to the members of upper-middle-class society. Mary falls in love with Frank Gresham, who is heir to the Greshambry estate. The Greshambry estate loses its former glory and is in poor financial state. Frank Gresham wants to save the Greshambry estate, which is heavily mortgaged. He starts courting the wealthy lady Miss Dunstable so that he could save his estate by marrying her. Meanwhile, Roger Scatcherd becomes a railway contractor and he has earned money after his release from the jail. Roger Scatcherd becomes addicted to alcohol and dies. The death of his son Louis leaves the Scatcherds' fortunes without heir. At this time, Dr. Thorne unveils the secret of Mary's birth and is a Scatcherd's next of kin. Mary inherits the property. In the end, Mary and Frank get married and the Greshambry estate is saved. The fourth novel of the Barsetshire sequence of novels, namely, Framley Parsonage of Anthony Trollope, appeared in 1861 in book form. It was serialized in the Cornhill Magazine between 1860 and 1861. It is important to note that the novel was illustrated by John Everett Millais. Like the novel Dr. Thorne, Framley Parsonage deals with the provincial and rural life of the mid-Victorian age. The novel presents the story of Mark Robarts, a clergyman at Barchester. He is helped by his patron Lady Lufton. There is a twist in the novel when Mark Robarts gets involved in a scandal. He recklessly becomes a guarantor of bills for Mr. Sowerby, a Whig Member of Parliament. As a gesture of gratitude, Mr. Sowerby tries to get a stall for Mark at Barchester by giving an allowance for a clergyman. But unfortunately Mr. Sowerby fails to pay the bills and goes through a poor financial state. As a guarantor of bill, Mark Robarts is liable for paying the full amount of bills. He seeks help of his patron Lady Lufton. It is important to note that Lady Lufton's son, Lord Lufton, falls in love with Mark Robarts's sister, Lucy. At first Lady Lufton disapproves this match. She wishes her son marry Griselda Grantley, daughter of the Archdeacon. In the end of the novel, Lady Lufton gives approval to the marriage. The debts of Mark Robarts are paid. The novel, Framley Parsonage, imparts a realistic picture of provincial life and its internal affairs. The Small House of Allington, fifth of the Barsetshire series of novels, was published in 1864. It deals with the theme of matchmaking and disappointment in love. Lily Dale is betrothed to Adolphus Crosby, but she is deceived by him. Adolphus Crosby proposes Lady Alexandrina de Courcy in a party at Courcy Castle. Lily takes the matter stoically. John Eames, who loves Lily, assaults Adolphus Crosby. Adolphus Crosby's wish to marry Lady Alexandrina de Courcy is not fulfilled. John Eames proposes Lily clearing up his affair with the daughter of a boarding house keeper at London. But Lily remains loyal to Adolphus Crosby. Thus the novel The Small House of Allington revolves round the two major characters, Lily Dale and Adolphus Crosby. The last novel of the Barsetshire series is The Last Chronicle of Barsetshire. It was published in 1867. The novel presents the story of Josiah Crawley, who is accused of fraudulently getting a cheque for £20. Josiah Crawley is accused of using the amount so that he can pay off his debts. Josiah Crawley has been earning a meagre amount as a curate. Crawley thinks over this issue, but he cannot remember the source of the cheque. So the case is filed against him. The character of Mrs. Proudie reappears in the novel. She prejudges the case of Crawley and decides to remove Crawley from his church. It is only after the intervention of Mrs. Arabin that the case is solved. She confesses her involvement in the issue. Mr. Crawley's position as a curate remains safe and he gets a fatter living than before. The novel closes with the marriage of Grace Crawley and a son of the Archdeacon, Major Grantley. Thus, Anthony Trollope's Barsetshire novels are chronicles of real provincial life. He maintained complete objectivity while delineating the characters. Though the Barsetshire novels are not concerned with social issues and didacticism of the other well-known writers of the Victorian age, they deal with every sphere of human life. Anthony Trollope's Barsetshire novels are truly worthy of attention due to their universal appeal.
How is the video? I hope you liked the video. This particular video is useful and it is highly informative. You can utilize the information of this particular video if you note down the script and on the screen. The students will get information about the other major forms of the English novel. If you visit the channel, you will find many videos on the English novel. This is my 16th video on English novel, but it is not related to the form of English novel. It is related to Anthony Trollope. I will meet you soon with a new and fresh topic on English literature. In no time, meet him.
Please subscribe Literature Guide.